Welcome back, my beautiful fashionistas. This is Yvonne, and this channel is Yvonne Winifred UG. Today, we are making such a dress. It is a max dress with straps, and it can be made in any fabric that you wish. So, it's kind of a circle dress, but it's not really circle dress. So, guys, if you are new, kindly subscribe to Yvonne Winifred UG, and let's start the video. So this is my fabric. It is called Zahara. This is how we call it here in East Africa. And the width is about a quarter of the hip measurement times 2 plus the allowance. So mine is already folded into 2, and I've left some allowance at the top there. And now I can mark my half of the shoulder measurement. So it is 7.5. I mark it down here. I'm not marking the allowance. It's only the half of the armhole, half of the shoulder measurement, guys. So I go down by half of the armhole measurement, which is 8 inches, and whatever I have at the shoulder line, I mark it down here at the chest line, which is 7.5, and then I draw a line going down like this. So this is the line. So guys, I will usually we mark our armhole there, but since we are using straps, I'm going to move in by 2 inches. 2 inches. I want my strap to be in the middle of the shoulder, so I mark my new line here. It is 2 inches from the armhole line, and then from the 2 inches I move up by 4 inches. You can even move up by 5, but I'm deciding to move up by 4 inches. So I draw a line, like that, and from these 4 inches I'm going to connect into the armhole. So at the 4 inches, that's where our strap will start from. So before connecting to the armhole, I want to mark down my bust measurement. So I just divide the bust measurement by 4 inches plus 1 inch as the allowance for sewing. Then I connect from the 4 inches into the armhole like that. So now we've created the armhole that we need, and now I want to mark my neckline. So you can either mark 4 inches, 5 inches, 8 inches, 6 inches, but in this case I used 5.5 inches for modesty. And now I can join to where the strap will be. So you can use any kind of neckline you want, straight line, curved going up, curved going down, any. Just use any that you want, and after add half an inch sewing allowance on the top, all around, even into the armhole like that. So after this, guys, I corrected my curve into a curved line that is facing up. So now after here we have to connect to the hemline. So now I'm going to push my fabric going up like this into the hemline. So my full length is about 52 inches long. So I'm going to mark a quarter of the hip measurement. That is hip measurement divided by 4 twice. Hip measurement divided by 4 twice, guys, plus 1 inch as the sewing allowance. That is what I mark at the hemline here. So in case of Ankara, it might be short, but that's why today I worked with such a fabric, but you can use your Ankara also. So this is the marking that I have made today, and that is where I'm going to cut. After cutting, this is what I have, and I'm going to use this to cut exactly the back piece, because the front and the back is equally just the same. So this is it after cutting the back piece. It is folded into two. As you see, I have my two pieces now. I can remove the pins. And guys, I also created some facings. They are just the shortest version of the main pieces. I have two for both front and back. And I also have the strap fabrics, so it is 2.5 inches in width before folding, and on fold it will be like this, and the length is 8 inches, then plus about 1 inch for sewing. So guys, to start the sewing, I'll start with the straps. So the straps will be like that. It is shared between the front and the back. 4 inches in front, 4 inches at the back. Add the sewing allowance. So I'll take my straps onto the sewing machine, fold right sides facing each other, and then sew by 1/4 inch like that. And this is what I have after the sewing. And now I just have to get a safety pin, anything that you have available, and then flip the straps onto the right side. So now they are on the right side, and I'm going to get my strap, guys. I have one of the fabric onto the right side, and I'm going to put my strap here, making sure the seam line is on top in the middle, and then pin it down. I'm doing this for both of the straps on either side. So I pin the strap like kind of going in the middle, like that, just after the armhole, but towards the middle, like that. So now I'll bring the facing, right sides facing each other, guys. The right side of the facing the main fabric, pin it down like that, and also by 1/2 inch as the allowance that I left. So I can pin this and then take it to the sewing machine, and this is what I have after the sewing. So I pull out my straps like this. Remember, the strap is 8 inches long plus the allowance, so it's about 9.5, 9 inches there, or even 10 according to the allowance that you left. So this is what I have. This is the straps, and now I'm going to bring the other side of the fabric, we can call this the back piece, and bring the other already finished part of the dress, guys, and pin it down just as we did before. Remember, the strap, the seam line of the strap is facing upwards in the middle. Then I bring my facing, place it on top of the strap, so the straps are sandwiched between the facing and the main piece like this, and then pin everything down in their correct places. Then I'll sew by 1/2 inch all along from the armhole into the neckline like that. So you have to make sure that it is really placed the right way. You have to cross check before taking it to the sewing machine. So after checking, I take it to the sewing machine, and I'll sew by 1/2 inch, as I've said, along there like that. And guys, after the sewing, this is what I have. This is what I have. So we have to cut off this excess of the strap like that, and push the facing inside, and then this is what I have, guys. Beautiful. At this point you can take it and iron it, or you iron it all after everything, but it's always great to iron each process. So now I can align my dress, and I will sew in the sides by the allowance that I left at the sides. And guys, I'll also double fold at the hemline to finish up the dress to have something like this. Beautiful, beautiful dress finished. So simple, so easy. It is a max dress. It's kind of A-line, but it's more than A-line. So the hemline is also finished, guys. This is the dress. It is beautiful, especially when you have a fabric that is kind of flowing, kind of really flowing. The dress will come out so beautiful, and you can also make this in Ankara. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Yvonne Winifred UG, and I'll see you soon.